Yeah, you're now rocking with the most popular Knicks YouTube channel on the net. I am the objective Knicks fan, straight out of Kings County, New York City's finest, and you know the vibes, y'all. Excuse my voice, I'm a little under the weather, but I can't cancel no shows. We going hard. The season just started. I'm gonna get my voice back. Don't worry about it. Just bear with me for this episode. But there's a lot to talk about. I mean, it's been, oh my God, New York City. What's going on? How y'all feeling? Please let me know. First off, big New York City salute to the entire town. You already know. You see the hat. We're gonna get to that. But I just want to give you a nice warm welcome to This Week Inside the New York Knicks, episode 3, the final episode of the preseason, right? And we got an action-packed show. Salute, Knicks will be champs. Salute to you, man. New York City salute. As you can see, yeah, I'm gonna keep pointing to the hat. I'm gonna keep pointing to the hat all night, y'all. Oh my God. I lost my voice again. You know, big game last night. I do want to, you know, give a subtle salute to the Mets. You know, they fought hard. They tried. They made it further than anybody thought they would go. Um, I just got to tip my hat off to those guys. But these girls, see that? You can't get this hat nowhere, y'all. Salute the lids. Can't get this hat nowhere. This hat is not on lids. Um, Lost my voice again last night. Crazy stuff. But yo, listen, we got an exciting show. 2024 episode 3, last episode. Where do I begin? Where do I begin? Are you guys ready for the game tomorrow? I forgot to load up the flyer, but no worries. Tomorrow I will be going live. I don't care how my voice sounds. Hopefully it's going to be back. But yeah, we're going to do the live play-by-play tomorrow. I have it scheduled, so you can hit the bell button. You can hit the bell button and get all the information with that. It's already scheduled tomorrow live at 7:15 sharp. So I look forward to watching them play against these Celtics. And I understand we got injuries. Don't worry about it. Trust me. I guarantee you after this show, you guys will feel a whole lot better about the season because we're good. We're gonna be all right. Trust me. We're gonna be all right. Um, Let me start off by giving my girls a big shout out. Let's talk about these liberties for a brief second, y'all. I'm gonna take you guys. We're gonna go on a train ride. We on the E train. We headed down the World Trade Center. We might have to transfer, make some stops. We might have to get off at the Garden, go see the Knicks, right? But no, we're gonna transfer and we're gonna try to get a train that's gonna take us to Brooklyn. We gotta go to Brooklyn for this one. Because the ladies right now, they're running the city. Salute to you if you've been here with me. I've been telling you about these girls all summer long. They are the best team in New York City, hands down. But yeah, I want to say one thing. Salute to someone I met yesterday. They said that you can't forget about the soccer team. I believe it's the Gotham City. They also won the championship last year. So technically they was the ones that set it off first. They set it off first. So I'm gonna give a New York City salute to them. Um, as far as the Liberty, I go back to 1997, and that's where my journey with the Liberty began. And boy, was it some ups and downs. You know, watching them go up against Houston, take a couple of L's, 4 years in a row. Pardon me, y'all. I'm a little under the weather. I'm gonna get it out. Trust me, I'm gonna get it out. But going through that, watching this team for the next 26 years, just not be able to get the job done. Um, I was at a loss for words last night. I mean, Very emotional. Teresa Weatherspoon was in the building. Salute to Teresa Weatherspoon. Those girls, I mean, they fought really hard. And I just didn't understand for the life of me how Minnesota was able to horse them. I really didn't understand it. Um, Nafisha Kalia 6'1", and the Liberty, they missed like 12 straight threes. It was crazy. And it really was like one of those throwback games, from the 90s. And and it just brought me back to a time where, you know, it was no finesse, none of this finesse stuff we see today. It was a really good series. I mean, if you're a hoops fan and you didn't watch this series, shame on you. I mean, it went back and forth. Liberty won game one, Minnesota won game two, Liberty won game three. It was a back and forth series. And it was just emotional because, like I said, watching these girls since '97 not be able to get the job done, and for them to finally, cross the threshold, incredible stuff. Salute to these girls. Got to give a big salute to them. They put on for the city, y'all. I got my hat. I managed to get it. You see that? Bam, can't get this hat nowhere. Sold out everywhere. Um, I will be at the parade. My shirt didn't come. Hopefully it comes before the parade. It's hard to get a lot of Liberty stuff right now. It's on back order. But I just got to give these girls the light. And these girls set the foundation for the men. Now it's the Yankees' time, right? The Yankees, they're in the World Series. Salute to the Yankees, New York City salute. Of course, we got these Knicks. You know how we get down. We bleed orange and blue. So it's a lot going on. We got hockey, too, if you're into hockey. So football, forget football. They're not doing nothing. Jets, Giants, they're both done. But I had to start with giving the girls a big salute, man. Let me salute to the chat. Let me see what's going on. Salute to Knicks will be champs. Salute to hit them up. I don't know what the Knicks are waiting for. Sign Lonnie Walker. Okay, we could do that. My only thing with Lonnie Walker is he's not a big man. You know what I'm saying? So, um, is he going to be able to? Do we need another wing, right? And of course, the flagship topics are on the screen, or the topics we're going to talk about tonight. We'll be talking about Precious Achiuwa. I have a suggestion that I think the Knicks can do to replace and deal with, the fact that Precious Achiuwa is not going to be there. We'll talk more about that. Let me see. Salute to hit him up. Salute to Ed B. Liberty ain't the hands down the best of the Yankees win it all. Okay, cool. If the salute first off, salute to you and salute to the Yankees. If the Yankees get it done, they get it done. But let me tell you why I said the girls were the best. The girls were the best because one, they dominated the entire league, not just their division. And they don't even do divisions in women basketball. It's pretty much just the whole league as a whole. And they were the best team all year. The Yankees started out really good, but then they kind of fell off. But they stayed at the top of the AL. But the level of dominance these girls shown throughout the year, you'd be hard-pressed to not give them that title. I know the finals was a bit of a struggle, but they dominated every other team in the playoffs. So that's just my take on that. Let's see. The UConn women started the whole WNBA. Okay. That's a fact because but Stewie was with the UConn. So, but yeah, I mean, because UConn was running the league for years. I mean, they was winning championship after championship. So yeah, that's a good point. Hit 'em up. I never knew the WNBA was the best out of three. No, well, the early rounds are best out of three. The first round, the second round, and the last round is best out of five. And next year they'll be going to 7 games. So salute to the WNBA. New York City salute. By the way, I did see the commissioner with the New York stuff on. Just saying, there's a lot of hate out there, but we have to give a big salute to the Yankees too. If the Yankees are the best team in New York, they got to win the World Series in order to state their claim. And then the Knicks be right behind them, and the Rangers and the Islanders. We'll see. Now, I do got an announcement. Y'all. Uh, so the new merch is here. I got new merch. We got rid of the eye bleed orange and blue. We stepped it up. I'm working with like 3 designers, and I got one of my designs just released today. Salute to you if you noticed the change, right? I took the shop off of the YouTube, and I got a whole new shop, whole new, better, way better experience. And I'm gonna show you guys right now before we start the show. You check out some of the merch. So I had to start off with the captain, of course. And so now you guys can go to shop.theobjectiveknicksfan.com and you can check out some of our new merch. I got the official Captain 11 shirts. I got the Captain 11 mugs. It, hoodies, not shirts because it's fall time, right? We'll do shirts in the summer. I also got the Captain 11 beanie hat. So definitely go to shop.theobjectiveknicksfan.com. Check out the new merch. It's fire. I love it. I got mine's coming. Hopefully sooner than later. Like I said, this company is better than the other company I was working with, right? You can see the Captain 11. You can see the skyline, inside the lettering. Yeah, this is fire, y'all. And it's gonna go with your hats, your orange and blue Nick hats that you get from Lids. So when you get the chance, go to the shop. I got some cool stuff. Here's the white mug. This is also cool here with the Captain 11 with the New York City skyline. So this is the first line I'm dropping. Hopefully by the next episode, which will be next Monday at 6 p.m., I'll have more. So when you guys get the chance, go to shop.theobjectiveknicksfan.com. And of course, 10% off like I always do. Gotta look out for the people. You never pay full price for anything. So let me jump out of research mode. I do want to introduce the rest of the topics before we begin. We'll talk about the preseason. I'm gonna give my takeaways. I got like 4 takeaways. Maybe it's more than 4 things you could take away from the preseason, but I got 4. We'll talk about the final roster spots and who's going to make the team. No real updates today. I did see some clickbait stuff, but nothing new. Right now, we still got the 12, but we can talk more about that. We talked about the Liberty already. We'll talk about Josh Hart's role, word on the street, and a couple of more topics. I'll be moving a little faster because I am under the weather, and also there's a lot of topics I do want to touch. And as you know, this week inside the New York Knicks is a podcast that's dedicated to documenting the Knicks 365. You give me 50 minutes, I give you the Knicks. So that's what this podcast is all about. And let me see if there's anything else I want to announce. Nope, like I said, tomorrow watch party right here, 7:30 p.m. Hopefully, I'm gonna take some Vicks. I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to get my voice right because I will be screaming. I will be in my typical objective fan form. You know how I get down. Salute to you guys. New York City salutes to you guys if you've been watching the games with me. The reason why I do the live watch parties is because I can't stand watching the game with TNT commentary. So I do the commentary. You listen. You go in the chat. We have a good time. So hopefully you guys will be here tomorrow. And I'm gonna jump into research mode. And we'll probably start off with the preseason take. But before I do that, let me say what's up to some more people. Salute to if you just jumped in. I kind of lost my voice, so if I don't sound the same, I'm good. I'll be all right. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get better, Coach. I'm gonna definitely try to get better, but I couldn't cancel the show, y'all. Yo, listen, no days off, no sick days. I already took a whole bunch off, so I'm here. Let me see what you guys talking about. Jalen McDaniels. What happened with Jalen McDaniels? Any new news with that, Coach? Yeah, I'm gonna get some real lemon juice and tea. That's what I'm gonna do. I got some tea right here. I got some mint tea right here. I'm sipping this too. Um, but what happened with Jalen McDaniels though? We got Oh, are you talking about the other kid? Are you talking about the other rookie? Oh, you say we should sign him? Okay. I'm about to say Jalen McDaniels. Did they make a move? Okay, cool. Because I didn't see that. All right. Maybe we'll get into that. I'm gonna jump into research mode, y'all. So we'll talk about some of the takeaways. This is SNY and their takeaways. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna give you my takeaways first before we even look at, and you can let me know what you guys, how you guys feel in terms of your takeaways, right? So let me tell you. First off, My first takeaway is I got hold on. All right, I'm back. So my first takeaway is campaign and Deuce. They have to be the backup guard. I love Tyler Kolek, right? I think he's solid. I think he's ready to play if you need him. But right now, I got Tyler Kolek. I mean, I got Deuce McBride and campaign. They're both 6'3", interchangeable. They develop a little bit of chemistry. I'm not saying they besties or friends and they're going to be perfect out there, but I really do believe that those two guys are going to give you the best shot off the bench, handling backup point guard, shooting guard duties. They play good defense. Campaign has experience, right? He has a lot of playoff experience. He's going to help you throughout the year and in the postseason. And you got to play him so he can be ready for the postseason. That's just my take with that. As far as Deuce McBride, he's coming off a really good playoff. We've seen what he has done. We know that he has confidence now. He's looking like Emmanuel Quickly. Like he's looking like a Emmanuel Quickly that's a better defender, right? And who knows, maybe his numbers reflect that as well. If he can get up to like 12, 13, 14 points, we'll see. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility, especially since Jalen Brunson and Deuce can play together, right? So I think that's the beauty of campaign and Deuce. They both can play with Jalen. So that's my first takeaway. Cam and Deuce have to play together. Um, Another note too, I want to say, preseason is not end all be all. I see too many people going crazy over preseason. I personally, I don't care for preseason stats. Doesn't really mean anything to me. You know what I'm saying? Because half these guys are not even going to make the league, right? There's a kid by the name of, I think his name is Moses Brown. Just double check. I got his name right here. There's this kid, right, that somebody sent me on IG. Tell you his name. No, I'm sorry, not Moses Brown. Javian Sharp, right? He played with Dallas, right? And they showed me the highlight reel. He's 7'5". He can move. He can block. He can dunk, and all these things. And they're like, "Yo, the Knicks need to sign him." And I'm like, um, I need to see more than just preseason, because everybody can have a good highlight reel. No offense to Bronny James, right? But Bronny, he had 17 points the other night. What does that mean? Does that mean that he's going to be in the rotation? Does that mean that he's ready to ball? I don't think so. So I don't care about preseason stats. When you watch me and you see the things that I say, if you read my game reviews and things like that, I'm more so concerned about how the game is being played. So the reason why I want Deuce and campaign is because the way they play the game, to me, is going to be even more effective as they develop time and chemistry and they show flashes. The fact that on one possession, Cam can run the show and be the point guard. Next possession, Deuce can do the same. Then they're interchangeable on defense. Deuce can take the tougher assignment. Cam could, take the other assignment. Doesn't matter. You can mix and match them. So that's just my opinion when it comes to Deuce and campaign. Let me see what you guys talking about in chat. 6'9" wing. Man is needed here. Okay. Which 6'9" wing you want? You want the McDaniels kid? Mikel's gonna bowl out tomorrow. Facts. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm not gonna do a review for the preview for the season. Open up because we're gonna be watching it together. One of my keys to victory is gonna be um that defense, like the ability to switch on defense and not double team. Um, and Mikel Bridges, I think that even if his shot is not falling, he's going to be a big time factor. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take there. This salute, this nostalgia. Nick, salute if you just came in. I'm a little under the weather. Excuse my voice, but I'm grinding hard. I'm not going to stop the show for nothing. I did a show yesterday, and then the Liberty, I lost my voice again last night. I was going crazy. So excuse me, but I'm ready to rock and roll, and I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna get through all the topics. My next take is that. By the way, pardon me, my son is crying. I hear him. Yeah, he's dealing with his tutor that comes. He's crying. Anyway, he's all right. But they kind of threw me off a little bit. Josh Hart, he needs to be the sixth man instead of the fifth man. And I want to talk a little bit more about his role because there was some quotes of him saying that he has no idea what his role is going to be. Um, I don't know if I got this article here by the Post. Here's his exact quotes. He says he's lost. He has no idea. There's a couple of days before we have until Boston. So whether that's try to get a rhythm in the starting unit or give somebody else a look, my role changes and comes off the bench and go with that unit. That's what he needs to do. And honestly, and listening to this quote, right, I think that's what he's heading towards. He needs to come off the bench. The only problem is, and we're gonna get to flagship later, is Precious got hurt. Now we don't have somebody to start ahead of Josh. But that's going to be the key eventually when Precious gets back, or if they somehow get somebody else to come, to fill that role. Maybe a Marcus Morris or somebody changes their mind. I don't know. But in terms of him going to the bench, that's what he needs to do. And that was one of my keys that I wrote down before this article even came out. I always felt like Josh Hart, he's better as the sixth man because when he's the sixth man, his reckless, not, I'm not going to say reckless. I'm going to say his freestyle play in terms of rebounding and running, on the fast break, getting layups, getting assists, doing those things, paying freely will be more beneficial to a unit that has Deuce McBride and Campaign who can also, yield the floor to Josh and let Josh do what he has to do. As far as the big man, then, more than likely it would have been Sims, and we'll talk more about Sims and depth chart in a second, but I just think Josh Hart is more effective as a six man. I always felt that way. When he's out there with the starters, he looks lost because I'm gonna tell you the problem. The problem with Josh Hart is that on offense, he's a two guard or maybe a small forward. It depends who's guarding him, right? Most of the time, it's like the second smallest guy on the floor or the weakest defender on the floor, right? Okay, so he's not in position to get offensive rebounds because he's spacing out the floor to try to give these guys room, to give Mikal driving room, to give OG driving room, right? So he's most of the time finds himself in the corner, right? Now on defense, he goes from power forward to two guard, and sometimes he's all over the place. He's just placed in different places because they're matching OG and Mikal against the team's other top guys. So because of that, it's a lot harder for Josh Hart to have the impact that he would have off the bench. So it's a simple fix. You got to put him as the fifth man. You know what I'm saying? That's just my take. And I think Precious would be a better starter too when he gets back because he can rebound, he can defend, he can take the pressure off Towns. We talked about this before, but that's my second takeaway. Let me see what you guys saying in the chat. All right, so let's see. By the way, salute to everybody in the building this week inside the Knicks. Last episode of the preseason edition. We're getting ready to get into regular season mode. I shifted gears. We got new merchandise. I'll show it again towards a little later in the show if you didn't miss it. We got Captain 11 shirts in honor and tribute to our captain, Jalen Brunson. It's fire. Definitely, I'll show you again. Let's see what you guys are saying before I continue. Hard to the bench facts. Let's be honest, Deuce and Mitch not going to be here all season long. Ooh, that's deep. Now, I'm gonna say this: if I could get Deuce, if I could trade Deuce for somebody who I would need, I don't think Precious is going to be out that long. But if I could get another 4 or 5 or another 5 that's better than Jericho Sims, and it requires trading Deuce, but this player is kind of like on a Bobby Portis kind of level, maybe not as good as him. I don't know who that is. I ain't gonna lie. I don't. But I would consider trading Deuce. because you got to trade from your strength to address your weakness. That it only makes sense. I know we don't want to do it. We love Deuce. I love Deuce. But if the right guy was included in the deal, I would consider doing it because you have campaign, you have Tyler Kolek, who's a rookie, but having campaign takes the pressure off Kolek. So Kolek doesn't have to do as much. Not trading Deuce contracts is good. No, yeah, that's what I'm saying, Coach. I'm only doing it for somebody that's like going to impact the lineup in another place, which is the big guys. All right, let me give you my next take. I'm gonna say this. I think that the rookies they're talented. Since we're talking about Kolek, all the rookies to me, every single one of them, besides Kevin McCullough, he didn't play. That's what I thought the guy was talking about earlier when he said McDaniels. I had like a brain fart, but anyway, I like all of them. Pacome, Dottie, Ariel, and I like Kolek. My issue is this. I don't think they're ready for the New York City stage just yet. I think one guy who I might put in the rotation, well, two guys, honestly, due to injury, is probably Pacome Dottie because of his height. I'm gonna talk about him a little bit more, but also Ariel. I think Ariel might be better than Jericho Sims. I'm not ready to count Jericho Sims out just yet. But when I say better, not career trajectory, I'm talking about right now. Right now, backup comes in the game. Ariel might right now be better than Sims. I'm not 100% on that though, because preseason don't count. So you can't look at Ariel and what he did against opposing teams, bench guys that also probably won't make the team. Regular season is a long season. It's a lot different. The level is higher. And I would love to see Ariel get the shot. But I think the bench guys, I mean the rookies, if we could sit them and not put them in pressure filled positions, I would delay it. Oh, by the way, so New York City salute to J Tap. J Tap in the building, one of my loyal members. He says Sims can kick rocks. Hey y'all, I'm not listen, I'm the objective Knicks fan, you know that. As much as we want to dump on Sims, we still need him, especially now that Precious is not there. Hopefully he can step up and just hold it down, you know. I don't know. Give us a solid 15, 20 minutes. All right, let me tell you guys my last take. And my last take, I kind of like talked about this before too. Um, like I said, I don't care about Mikal Bridges shooting. That's not a takeaway for me. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later. Josh Hart's played. Don't care about that. OG looked good. Great. Hopefully it translates to the season. I think it will. Precious look good. But when will he be back? That's what I'm concerned about. So, yeah, my takes on the preseason, I don't care about stats. Even trashing a guy like Jericho Sims, I'm willing to give him a shot. You know, I'd rather you be garbage in the preseason, but then the season start. Now you just start turning up. So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. But my next pick would be I'll say Brunson and Towns. I think that their pick and roll potential is going to be incredible, y'all. And I talked about their pick and roll before. I'm gonna re-highlight it again if you didn't hear it. Um, when the Roommates podcast, salute to the Roommates podcast, New York City salute. When they did the show with Carl Anthony Towns, they showed a stat that I didn't know, and that was that Carl Anthony Towns, he's the number one scorer of big men setting screens. And before I even found that out, uh, I said that their pick and roll attack is going to be the most dynamic in the league. Why did I say that? I said that because Brunson is so dynamic. He can shoot, he can dribble, he can pass it. He can do everything off pick and roll. I mean, he's a threat to score pick and roll. Teams try to blitz him. I mean, that's what they do typically with Mitchell Robinson. They try to blitz him to get him to throw a bad pass, turn it over. But I think honestly that with Towns there, it's going to be way harder. Matter of fact, I think it was the last game they played against the Wizards. There was a play where they didn't even get a chance to even do a pick and roll, right? Towns was getting ready to set it, but the double team came before they could set the screen. And Towns, because he's so much of a dynamic threat, the defender didn't know what he would do. He was lost in limbo. Because the other aspect to the pick and roll is the fact that Towns, he can pop, he can pop and he can roll. No, he can do both. And he's good at both. Right? So if you're gonna blitz Jalen Brunson and you're the guy who's guarding Towns is not aware, what Towns actually did was dive to the basket, but he didn't dive like hard. It was like a soft, like kind of like mid-speed dive to put him in space. And Brunson is a good passer too. Brunson was able to hit him, and he went. I think he got a foul or layup or something like that. Bottom line is that pick and roll is so dynamic that even if you put three guys on it, because they're so dynamic, it can still backfire, and then you might find yourself just getting in foul trouble. So I think we saw a little flashes of it in the preseason, not too much, but I do think we did get a glimpse of it. Salute to everybody in the building, y'all. New York City, salute to everybody in the building. Those are my takeaways. I don't even think we need SNY's takeaways. Let me see what they said. Team is still brand new. That's a good takeaway. Actually, you know what? That is something that I concur. I do think that, and I said this actually on Level Headed Knicks Talk. I said that it's definitely going to take some time. And but people thought that I was saying like months. I was saying like 10 games. I give this team 10 games to figure it out. So OG and Mikel know where each other are on the floor, where they like to cut. Same thing with everybody else. Towns, Brunson, like Brunson, send screen and roll. Should we do it from the left side, the right side? It's just little technical stuff that, as they grow in their chemistry, they'll be able to figure out more. So I kind of do agree with that. Definitely the spacing, right? Off pick and roll especially. Man, you got Mikel in one corner, OG in the other corner, Hart roaming around. It's gonna be crazy. Crazy. Um, I agree with that take. Let me see. Towns looks ready to defend. This is actually a good take. This is actually a good take. Um, I actually talked about this yesterday on Big Dog Talk Sports. I was on the panel yesterday, and we talked about just like NBA predictions. And one of the questions they asked me was, "Is Towns going to be able to defend?" And I said, "Yes." The reason why is because Towns at the five is a different monster. The Minnesota Towns you've seen the last 2 years is someone that played next to the best defender in the world. I'm not going to go there, but he was moved to the four, and then when Towns was at playing the four, you got to understand, one, you're around two other All NBA defensive talents. Ant-Man is a really good defender. So Towns on most nights is on the perimeter guarding somebody who's not that good. So there's no opportunity for him to get steals, blocks, none of that, because he's on the perimeter mostly on both sides of the floor. So yeah, that's actually a good take. And if you want to read more, you can check out this SNY article. I'm gonna move forward. We talked about Josh Hart. I'm gonna do some quick little stuff. Give a big New York City salute to Jamal Crawford. He will be joining the team. He was actually at the fan appreciation night in the celebrity game. I had a good time. If you didn't see the material, I posted it on TikTok. It was a great time. Come on, Crawford. He actually, you know what Crawford did? He came down the court backwards. He was dribbling, backwards down the court. I always wanted to see him do that, and he actually did that night. And I just want to give him a New York City salute because the Knick organization, we take care of our guys, and that's a big deal. And of course, he's going to be replacing Walt Clyde when Walt Clyde can't go on games. So salute to. Another little quick take. So now the Sphere for Abu Dhabi, I think they try to build a Sphere out there, a Sphere arena like they got in Vegas. So this is gonna be the new sponsor for the year, the new Abu Dhabi patch. It is what it is. I don't really care about stuff like this. I'm about the game. I don't care about sponsors, but it is news. So and we're documenting it, so we'll talk about it. We talked about Josh Hart and his role. Start moving a little faster. Let me see what I got next. I got Reggie Miller. Uh, I'm not gonna salute Reggie Miller, but I'm gonna say this: Reggie Miller definitely, he believes in the Knicks. He thinks the Knicks have a good team, and his tone changed. Right? He says that uh, life's changed in 5 months. And let me see if I get the right quote. He says to me, the Knicks and Boston are the two clear-cut top teams in the East, and so that's what he said. So salute to Reggie Miller. I'm not gonna give him a New York City salute, but I give him one of those because he is the ops. You never know; he could change his mind at any moment, and so I can't give him a salute. I can't. But yeah, Reggie Miller said that we are the second best team in the East. Let's see, moving a little faster, y'all. You talked about Josh Hart. No one see like you see this is what I'm talking about, y'all. You see this? After scoring 2 points, like who cares? It's preseason. Like it don't matter. So I'm moving a little fast. Now Jalen Brunson, he's taking responsibility for Josh Hart's performance, and he's the captain. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that Jalen Brunson had to do this, but he did make a statement talking about Josh Hart, and he said that he has to be a better leader, make sure he's ready to go by game one. I don't know how that's his responsibility, but hey, that's it. That is his boy, right? And he said it's on me, and that's the type of guy he is. That's why we got the t-shirts here in honoring and the mugs and all this stuff. This is for our captain, Captain 11, Jalen Brunson, merchant store now. Go check it out. Shop at theobjectiveknicksfan.com. All right, let me see. Before I move forward, let me see what you guys talking about in the chat. Salute to everybody in the building. I'm a little under the weather, but I'm holding it down. No off days. I'm going to keep working. By the way, salute to you, Tony, Knicks, and Bruises. Salute to you, man. Oh, definitely, I'm going to keep doing my thing, man. Listen, under the weather or not, I'm here. And I love talking this Knick talk. I can do this in my sleep. I talk the Knicks all day, every day. And I just love doing it. So as long as you guys continue to show up, I will get on this mic. Definitely. Let's see. With Robinson, you could do the Twin Towers thing for a while. Coach, I need to have a conversation with you because I'm on your side now, Coach. I'm on your side, Coach. You have convinced me that Carl Anthony Towns is really good. He's a good player. I had to do my research on Carl Anthony Towns. And Coach will tell you I wasn't feeling Towns. I really wasn't. I I I, I just wasn't, And I had to get past uh my my Towns bias a little bit, and really analyze his game. And once I realized that Towns was playing out of position for the last 2 years, it clicked. I said, that's why. And Ant-Man has become a star that he's become. So let me say this. In terms of Mitch, I think Mitch time is done, y'all. I love Mitch. Salute to Mitch, New York City salute. The longest tenure. But I'm gonna say this. I think Towns is a 5, y'all. I don't want Towns to be the 4. If you put Towns at the 4, it's a downgrade. Towns is the 5. Now, what you can do is you can start a Precious Achiuwa to protect him. but I wouldn't start Mitchell Robinson because now he's going to be clogging up the paint. And I think the paint needs to stay open to Towns because Precious is not going to clog up the paint. Precious is going to flash to the rim or, some sort of back cut, alley hoop type situation. Precious does not have to be near the basket to be effective. You can see he was creating from like 15 to 20 feet out. I don't want to see Mitch and Towns together. I don't. That's just my take right now. I think Towns is better as a 5. The numbers prove it. Coach, you me. Salute to you guys in the chat for having a great conversation. I'm gonna keep the show rolling, y'all. This week inside the New York Knicks. We didn't get to flagship yet. I will get there. Just some little takes I want to get through. Oh, you know what, guys? Let's talk about Roommates Podcast. Roommates Podcast with Towns. There's some things they talked about. One of the things that we covered last week, though, I had trouble, but we wound up doing the live from my phone. We talked about the issues between Rick Brunson and Donte DiVincenzo. I do want to report good news. As you can see from the highlighted quote right here, salute to Ian Begley. He says that the incident is water under the bridge, and the two had a close relationship for a while when Donte was a member of the Knicks. Like I said, guys, this whole incident with Donte and Rick, it wasn't beef. Like it was just, I'm gonna tell you what it. I'm not in the locker room. I don't know what the nature of the conversation was, right? And Ian Begley didn't really report it from a standpoint of like he was listening to the conversation, but he got the word that is water under the bridge, and the reason why is basketball talk. Like in basketball, we talk crap to each other. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? Like we say things that can like cross the line, right? And I don't think Rick is one of those guys to play like that. He just doesn't have that mentality where if you say certain things, it can translate into like some whole other stuff. Like of course, he has a sense of humor. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that when he says like this is what happens when they let you run the show to Rick, like that might have hit a button. And you add the fact that Donte is emotional because he just got traded. So let me see. So we talked about the Donte. Yeah, there's no beef. But on the Roommates podcast, there's some more things that were stated about this whole Brunson thing. Jalen Brunson said that the exchange should have been handled better. Actually, he said sugar, honey, iced tea should have been handled better. And I disagree. I think that when you talk smack and that elevates and you're in the heat of the game, like like last night, like literally, y'all, I seen people cry tears because the New York Liberty won the championship. By the way, see the hat. Can't get this hat nowhere. Sold out. Let's go. But I seen people cry. I seen Minnesota fans go crazy on the internet. Sometimes I like to spy on the other team. I mean, they were saying all type. So, and we're not even playing the game. Like we just fans. So imagine the emotions tied up when you're actually playing the game. That's all it was. I mean, in sports, we wear our heart on our sleeve. So I mean, there's only so much you can cover up. We got cameras on you. You know. And Rick looked like he wasn't taking too kindly to that. He definitely didn't look like he was. Let me see. As far as Karl Anthony Towns, he did say that he thought he was going to retire at T-Wolf, and I don't understand why some people got mad at that. They was like, "Yo, why is Towns talking about the T-Wolves?" He's a Knick now. Like, yo, honestly, y'all, Knick fans is bugged out, y'all. We bugged out. Let me see if I got it here. All right, so the one thing I say I'm gonna give credit to I can't remember who's the GM for the oh yeah, Tim Conley. I'm gonna give Tim Conley a salute because I like that he went to Carl Anthony Towns' house. How many GMs you know would go to a player's house to tell them, yo, we trading you? I mean, look, I gotta respect it. You know, I'm not sure if he drafted him or what their relationship was, but to go to a man's house, that's pure respect right there. And yeah, I salute him for that. But he's a Knick now, and I'm done talking about the trade. It's over. He's gone. Donte's gone. Randall's gone. I personally don't care what they do. Salute them if they do well. Me personally, I mean, I'm a Knick guy. That's where my energy is. But, I don't want to talk about the trade no more. I'm tired of it. People all over the place. Knick fans, some Knick fans are upset. Um, I was shocked, because I thought that the Noble boys would never separate, At least like they would have got at least one more year to see how it works. So I'm not mad at it. But that's the roommates podcast. Anything else from the pod? Not really. They just had a lot of little casual conversations. It seems like Towns is getting a feel for how Brunson and Hart relate. They're very competitive. Very petty. It seems like they do a lot of petty stuff to each other. And Towns look like he's gonna fit in right away. Also, I want to say this too. Being that Jalen Brunson, he considers himself a Jersey guy, and Towns is a Jersey guy. I'm gonna salute these guys. I'm gonna give a New York City salute though to them because they love New York. They're not the Jersey guys that don't like New York City. Carl Anthony Towns, I think he is a Yankees fan. He was there at the game, so I do got to give a big time salute to them. And I think that the chemistry is going to be good between he and Brunson because they play styles complement. I'm gonna give you an example, right? You see the Milwaukee Bucks, right? The Milwaukee Bucks have compatibility issues because Dame would prefer to have Giannis pick and roll a little bit more. That's Dame's strong suit, playing off pick and roll. Giannis wants to be a point guard. Giannis wants to initiate the offense. And Dame is not a I'm going to sit in the corner type guy. The beauty with Towns and Brunson is that they are compatible and they're going to work together. So, um, New York City salute once again. Let me see. Let me talk to the chat. Anything else from the Roommates podcast? I mean, like the Roommates podcast, even though Josh Hart's kind of unhinged, it's kind of politically correct when you listen to the Roommates podcast. Let's see if we got any other quotes. Yeah, I mean, they did talk about the fight a little bit, but of course, they couldn't go too deep into it, like how you would want them to. But it is what it is, man. I mean, and Donte, he's his Dominican family. He talked about um, being able to be at family events and things of that nature. Salute to Towns. It seems like family's important, so that's why I think that Towns is going to do so well because I really do believe that he's happy here. If Towns would have got traded anywhere else, like Atlanta or something like that, oh my God, I don't think Towns would have held up. I really don't. But I think that because he's happy where he's at, he's gonna be all right. You see what you guys talking about in the chat. Salute to Jabroni in the building. New York City salute. See what you're talking about. I've been saying Precious should start. Yeah, we've been saying that. Yeah. I do believe you can run Cat at the 4. Okay. If you're saying that you run him at the 4 sometimes, I ride with that. I just don't want to start him at the 4. I really don't. I think that ship is passed. I think if Mitch is playing well, you could try it out, off the bench. But I don't want to do the starting Towns at the 4 because check this out. You might as well have kept Randall. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know we had to wait for Mitch to come back, but you're putting Towns. I feel like you're limiting Towns' superpowers. Like if you have a superhero, you want his powers to be on full display. You don't want you don't want to limit that. Yeah, he said, "Would it be crazy if we played Minnesota in the final?" Yo, coach, you know what, coach? On Big Dog Talk Sports yesterday, right? We did predictions for the finals. I got the Knicks going to the finals. I don't care what nobody says. And listen, look, let me tell you something, guys. Knicks fans, look, this is our year to do something special. If these girls right here, get it right. See these girls right here? Yeah, this hand right here. See that? If these girls can get it done, 26, 27 years, no championship. We going on 51 years, no championship. If these girls didn't teach you something, don't count yourself out. I was on the panel with a Sixers fan, Warriors fan, Lakers fan. Oh boy. It was a good panel though. And they all had the Knicks as a top 2 team in the East. These Knicks are for real. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Trust me. These Knicks are for real. And I think that I got us going to the finals. And why? I hope that, game 1 we can show why. But I believe this current starting lineup is the lineup. I call it the lineup of death for the Celtics. I truly believe that. Oh, yeah, coach, you said 240, 50, 40, 90 threats and pick and roll is crazy. Facts. Karl Anthony Towns is that. He's definitely that. This will be Chance of Jake's fan. I have a friend who's a diehard Laker fan. Tell me that Donte as a rookie is more skilled than RJ. Ooh. Uh, Knicks will be champs. When you ask that question, I'm gonna tell you this. I don't know enough about Donte. But I'm gonna keep it real, y'all, and I'm gonna pick him up later. But I think that he reminds me of a Quentin Grimes that's a little taller. I'm gonna keep it real. Um, just the way he plays the game, but that doesn't mean that he can't be good. I think coaches, some of the other guys was telling me they think he has all-star like potential. I haven't really seen much from him. I saw one little tape. It's not enough. But I'm gonna make an argument for him later, and we could talk more about that. But better than RJ, I don't know about that because RJ. I'm gonna tell you RJ's problem. RJ had 2 problems, maybe 3. The first 2 problems is Zion and Ja Morant. If you come in the draft with Zion and Ja Morant, you're gonna be the 3rd best player in the draft. Period. And so RJ was always top dog every year, except that draft. And his other Achilles heel, or not Achilles heel, is the other thing that kind of went against him was that went against him was coming to the Knicks. He should have went to Toronto. He really should have went. He should have went to Toronto. I think that if he would have went to Toronto or a team like that, RJ would be way higher. He'd probably be averaging like 23, 24 a game already. But coming to New York, you had Mook Morris, right, who was averaging 21 a game at one point. You have Julius Randle, Wild Wild West, RJ was in the corner, 13 points a game. So, like, if RJ goes to a different scenario, it might be different. Let me read one more before I continue. He said he's like an old man in a kid's body. Oh, wow. Knicks 100, exactly. RJ averaged 20 a game. Yeah. Pacome, he won't even get that opportunity. That doesn't mean that he's not as good as RJ, but I would need to see that to believe it. Being that we at the hour mark, I'm gonna skip ahead. I'm gonna jump into flagship because I know that's why a lot of you guys are here. We're gonna get into what we could do for Precious Achiuwa. right? I have the article right here. Let me see. Here we go. Bam. All right, cool. So we're gonna talk about this Precious Achiuwa stuff for a second. This is the flagship topic. Um, this is tough news. I'm gonna tell you guys something. When I saw that the Knicks were quiet, like dead quiet, I knew something was wrong. Like I really did. I said that if it was a minor injury, they would have said, "Oh, it's just like day to day." You don't wait to release that, right? So sometimes it could still be day to day, but I just knew in my heart, mind, body, and soul that yeah, something was not right. And then like another thing too could be getting multiple opinions. That takes time. With one doctor, the other doctor, stuff like that. So that was my first red flag. Now it's a shame that we waived all the guys that we waived. T.J. Warren showed a little something. I don't care about his points, but he showed that he can be aggressive enough to try to get some baskets that you may need or from that second unit, and he has decent height, 6'8". So I thought releasing him, I didn't understand that. Landry Shamet, on the other hand, who I do have, I think I have an article here talking about Landry. This is the article that came out that talked about them waiving these guys. Chuma Okeke, he actually is like the same height as Precious. I saw them at the fan appreciation night, and they stood like at face to face, and they were the same height. And you don't have a backup power forward right now, or maybe you do, but I felt like T.J. Warren or Chuma Okeke, you keep one of those guys. They got good height. I'm gonna say this though, and if any new news drop, let me know because I'm talking to you guys. But I think they got a plan for how they want to build out this roster. I think this is going to be one of these Leon Rose like plans because they're prepared to go into a game against the Celtics tomorrow, which is 12 guys. 12 guys, mind you, you still have two of those guys that's out, Mitchell Robinson and Precious. So they're going into Boston, 10 guys. 10 guys. Now, I'm pretty sure they'll take the two-way guys with them. I think they could do that. So Ariel, they could call up Ariel. They can call up Toppin, whoever. I'm not sure if Kelvin McCullough can play because I know he was out. More than likely, they'll probably take Ariel or Toppin if Toppin can go. But them not signing any of these guys shows me that they have a plan as to how they want to build out the roster. And maybe that plan was kind of held up because of Precious Achiuwa. So yeah, so when we got this news, this was like a big deal because when you see this right here, he's gonna miss 2 to 4 weeks. I'm looking at 4 weeks. I'm not gonna say 2 weeks, right? Or you could be, you know, a little level headed and try to say three, just to be fair. But this wasn't good news because against Philly, against a lot of our ops, I think this guy right here in the starting lineup is the answer because he could take a lot of pressure off Towns from having to do a lot of the dirty work. Like perfect example, right? And I know you got OG Ananobi, so OG's going to do a lot of this as well. But God forbid our OG gets hurt. Oh my God! But like when you're going up against Giannis, OG on Giannis the whole game. I don't know. Maybe it works. OG's a really good defender, but I would rather have him on Giannis, right? Give him the tough assignment because this kid is tough, and that could be his role. See, Josh Hart says he doesn't have a role. That's this guy's role. Now, this is not a negative show, so this is a positive show. Uh, I want to pull up, if I can, right quick. I'm going to pull up the Knicks depth chart, and I'm going to show you something that I think the Knicks are going to do. A couple of things they can do. Now, the first option, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, not gonna like the first option, all right? I'm just fair warning. They're not gonna like the first option. You could technically go with the three guards, Kolick, Payne, and McDeuce. We've seen Tibbs go with three guards before. He's uber confident with Deuce playing the three, right? We've seen Deuce play the three. We've seen Deuce, play big. Kolick will just be an off guard, but defensively he'll be a one. And Payne, he could be the two. That's an option. And then you go with Sims. How you guys feel about that? And then you rotate off the bench. You rotate OG and Hart. So Hart will get time at the four, and then OG time at the four with the small lineup with the Deuce, the Cam, the Kolick. How do you feel about that? That's one option. That's one option. I'm gonna give you the second option. You might not like this option either. You can bring up Ariel because I feel like Ariel. I think he's probably the most. I think he's probably the best prepared player out of all of them. If you ask me, you bring up Ariel and you play Sims at the four, but Sims at the four is not all night. It's just for like 12 minutes, and you have him and Ariel and Sims share the center spot. Sims at the four with Payne and Deuce McBride. How do you feel about that's option two? Let me see what you guys talking about in the chat. Nick Shack. Oh, salute to Nick Shack. New York City salute for Nick Shack. Said you barely need a second apron. Why we can't keep players? It's the cat trade. You want it. I'm gonna say this, Nick Shack. There could be a plan that we don't know. There could be a plan that they don't know. Oh yeah, TJ Warren will be with the Westchester team. I did read that. And I think Landry Shamet too. I think Landry Shamet is with the G League team. So that's why he's trying to forego, surgery, which is not smart. By the way, I didn't get the chance to touch on that. I don't think Landry Shamet not getting soldier surgery is smart. I understand, this is your livelihood. He went from being able to feed his family, getting paid about $2.6 million, to now he gets about $15,000. And I'm not sure what his G League contract would be, but I did hear that that's a possibility if it didn't happen already. But I feel bad for Shamet, being waived. It's the nature of the game. It's why I think Jalen Brunson also signed the contract because you just never know. You hold out, and now you get hurt, and now your money diminishes. The contract that was there is no longer there. Let me see what else you guys talking about. Good stuff in the chat, by the way. Salute to the chat. New York City, salute to the chat. How long? Precious is more quicker than most people think. I agree. Oh, you think it's too small? So coach says he thinks the lineup is too small. Yeah, I knew you guys wouldn't like it. I don't like it. And I think honestly, the first option I said, I think that's what Tibbs is gonna go with. I think he's gonna go with the campaign, the Deuce, and the Kolick. Unless you guys read something else, nothing came out. Just people just speculating. But that's your first option, and probably your more likely option. But here's the third option. This is actually my favorite option. I'm gonna give a big salute, New York City salute to the young boy, one of the youngest rookies in the league. I think Donte should come into the rotation. Not as a starter. Josh Hart has to start, especially against Boston. But I like Donte. He has good height. Do I think he's ready to have a regular spot in the rotation? No. But he is 6'8". See that 6'8" right there? That 6'8" is valuable. Trust me, fam. That 6'8" is valuable. I think he not deserves. I think he's the best. To me, it's the best temporary Achua fix. If you can't sign somebody, even if you sign somebody, they have to get acclimated into the system. Let's keep it real. They have to get acclimated to the system. You got Deuce McBride. Sims, I mean, you hope Sims gives you something, but I think this kid, Pacome Dadier, he comes in with no pressure. You could give him the Obi Toppin treatment. You give him 15 minutes, 13 to 15 minutes behind, OG and Josh Hart. And I really do think that the kid, you can sustain what it is you want to do. Now, once again, I'm just speaking on what I like. I don't know if Tibbs likes Deuce and Cam. It looks like it. It really does because he's played them every single game together, right? So I try to stay close to the mic too, guys. Sorry, I'm a little under the weather, y'all. I'm still holding it down. I'm an hour in strong, and we getting close to the end, but I still a couple of more things to talk about. So I'm gonna try my best because I was told by my executive producer to stay close to the mic. Okay, cool. I'll do that. Um, as far as Pacome Dadier, I think Miles McBride and Campaign are the guards. They're gonna get the most of the minutes. And you have Hart and OG who you can, stagger, right? And when you stagger them, Hart can give you time at the four. And then so now Pacome Dadier, he's out there and he's not out there naked. Like he's out there with somebody else. So he's gonna be out there with OJ Anunoby. He's gonna be out there with Josh Hart. So it's a little easier for him. Because remember, a 9-man rotation is going to be a starter on the floor. My starter that's always going to be on the floor, I know it should be Towns or Brunson, I know. But I would keep OG and Hart out there with Pacome Dadier, especially against the Celtics. Because that, I'm telling you, that as good as he looked, when you're going against the Celtics, world champion on championship ring night, that's a big, big moment. He's 19 years old. I don't know if he's built for it. If he's better than RJ, then he is. But I think that Pacome Dadier is the simple fix. I think that he's the simple fix, y'all. And you don't have to blow up your rotation. You don't have to sign nobody. There's no mad scramble for a trade. I mean, listen, Knicks fans, y'all all over the place. Not you in the chat. I'm just saying Knicks fans in general. We all over the place. So we gotta retain our emotions. I do believe that Tibbs will go with the option 3 lineup. Deuce, Cam, Macomb, Sims. Let me see what you guys talking about. So coach says he thinks that Tibbs go 10 deep. Why? Why does he have to go 10 deep? Is it to give Kolek the time? Is it to give Kolek the time? Because Kolek is the only other guy that's, going to be available unless he takes Ariel as well. Right? If Ariel's in the lineup, I think more than likely they'll probably take Ariel with them. So, but why does it have to be 10? I'd rather 9 so you keep a starter on the floor. I just think that the starter on the floor the whole night helps the bench out. Toppin is 6'9", Knicks 100, yes. But Toppin, I don't think he's healthy. Right? Toppin only played 1 game. And I don't even know why he's not on the depth chart. Let me click the roster. Let me see about Toppin real quickly. Jacob Toppin, 6'8", 6'9". Yeah, he's around that height. But he hasn't really been playing. Or no, wait, that's last year. Yeah, so you see Toppin, he's only played 2 games. So I doubt Toppin gets any run. But if Toppin was healthy, he would be my first choice. I'm gonna keep it real. He definitely would be my first choice, but he hasn't been playing. Because think about it, like if Toppin was ready, he definitely would have played the last 2 games for sure. So I don't think Toppin is ready, y'all. Move Cat to the 4 and 4 big positions. Oh, you want to start Ariel? That's a dream, Nick Shack. I wouldn't mind it, but I don't like Towns at the 4 though. I'm gonna keep it real. By the way, salute to Maxine Fiato, big New York City salute from the mob member. She's the producer. She's everything. Salute to Maxine for sure. Um, but yeah, I wouldn't start. I don't. Guys, I'm telling y'all, you don't want to see Towns at the 4. You're not gonna like it. He's gonna be even more of a jump shooter. Let's see. Coach says Brunson, Bridges, OG, Hart, Cat, then Deuce, Payne, Sims, Huck Party, and Pac Man. You know what though, Coach? I like the way you think, Coach. That's salute to you, Coach. That's actually a good lineup. That's actually a really good 10-man lineup because now Sims has a short leash. If Sims is not playing well and REL is, Sims minutes gets cut, and then REL can take the cake. And also, that's similar to like what the lineup they've been running um, off the bench because, they've been playing 10 guys, 11, 12 guys, and they've been running Precious and Sims. So Precious is hurt, you insert REL. That's kind of cool. I kind of like that. Hmm. You have me, you got me there, Coach. I like that. I just don't think Tibbs gets off the 9-man rotation, especially since that, they're very thin. I think that he wants to keep the lineup short. One thing about Ariel, we lose the league when he gets in. It's preseason. Don't read too much in that Knicks 100. Oh, yeah, Knicks 100 said it happened in the Hornets and Wizard game. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. So that's my take on the Pacome Dottie. I think that I think that he's the simple fix, even though I think Ariel is more ready. I don't think you come off Sims just yet because you got to give Sims the opportunity to show you something. You have to. You don't want to just write him off just yet, just because you don't like how he looked in preseason. So Sims is going to be out there whether we like it or not. As far as Ariel, putting him and Bacome out there, that's also, you know, it's not bad. It's not bad. But I think that you just want to keep a starter on the floor. That's the only thing, Coach. I see your vision. I'm gonna jump into some word on the street right quick. Uh, so word on the street is basically just getting all these Knicks fans' reactions. I do polls weekly. By the way, check out the polls Monday through Friday. I think I'm gonna stick to that schedule even when the season starts because there's a lot going on. I used to do everyday polls, but I'm gonna keep it Monday through Friday. You'll see a new poll in the polls section or in the community section of the channel. So I'm gonna do. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna start here because Shamit is not even there no more. All right, so did ESPN get it right? Knicks star Jalen Brunson was ranked number 12 on the top 100 list. So we got 453 votes from Knicks fans, right? I'm gonna say yes. I take Jalen Brunson at number 12, though I have him number 10 on my list. The reason why I have Jalen Brunson number 12. I'm cool with Jalen Brunson being number 12 on the list is because he rose up to such a high rank. I think they had him ranked like number 32 last year. As far as 34% say yes, and then 65% say no, he should be ranked higher. I could ride with you guys too because I got him 10 on my list. My top 10 is I have Jokic. I'm not going to put it in order. Jokic, Embiid, Giannis, Luka, SGA, Tatum. I still got Kevin Durant in my top 10, though he probably is going to be falling off soon. Got Ant-Man. Then I got Jalen Brunson, and I got Devin Booker. That's my top 10. So Knicks fans feel like Brunson should be ranked higher than 12. That's cool. I could respect that because I do have him 10 on my. I have him 9 on my list. Not 10. As far as the next question, we'll get into heading into the season. How would you rank the starting five? Brunson, Hart, OG, Bridges, and Towns. Do you think that this is the best starting five in basketball? Now, this is an interesting question. Couple of podcasts talked about this, and I'm gonna say it's top three. 351 votes. 40% of Knicks fans say yes. 36 say no. I'm with the no because I got to give respect to Boston. I hate to do it, but they won the championship, so I might put Boston ahead of us now, only now. But and then 19% say it's top five. Only 5% is mid at best. I don't think these are Knicks fans, or if they are Knicks fans, they're disgruntled. Next poll: Josh Hart expressed uncertainty about his role with the Knicks. Where do you think he will be most productive? I'm gonna say coming off the bench as a sixth man. So 75% of Knicks fans say that Josh Hart should be coming off the bench. 23% say starting. So everybody agrees Josh Hart should come off the bench, and Josh Hart hinted towards himself that he should come off the bench. This is the last poll. This poll is actually dealing with the flagship topic, right? Being that Precious Achiuwa is out, should Donte replace him in the rotation? 223 votes. And of course, I'm going to say yes. 75% of Knicks fans say yes. 16% say no. And 9% say they don't know. That's word on the street, y'all. Just try to give a feel of where Knicks fans are. Donte definitely has a lot of Knicks fans that rocking with him. Let me see. Oh, yeah, Maxine, by the way, let's get the likes up, y'all, for sure. I'm under the weather. Still putting out this good podcast, that I do every week. And I'm going to try to be consistent each and every week. 6 o'clock on the dot. This week inside the New York Knicks. Tomorrow we have the live play-by-play first game of the year. Boston Celtics, New York Knicks. We're going to go in there and we're going to spoil their championship ring night. So I'm excited for the season. I'm pumped up. You already see the type of time I'm on. See that right there? They showed us that it's possible. And I believe in these Knicks. I got us going to the finals. Off rip, I don't care what nobody says. I got us going to the finals. Yes, I said it. New York City salute to these New York Knicks. I believe it. And once Precious gets back or they make another move and we got Josh Hart on the bench, it's going to be even more crazy. Let's see. Losing another big man. Another big Mitch and Precious or Party will play game one, if not the first few games. What do you mean by that? You said they will not play. Oh, you said, I got you. You saying the Party will play game one. Okay, got you. Okay. Yeah, I think it makes sense. I would put, by the way, salute to still Knicks fans in the building. Definitely salute to still Knicks fans. Right? That's family right there. Definitely. Are you going live tonight, still Knicks fans? If you are, he normally does his Knicks Weekly at 9 o'clock. I'm always in the comments, riding out. So after this show, if he is going live tonight, definitely head over there and support still Knicks fans, man. We just having a conversation about Precious Achiuwa, and we did some different, options that we can go with in terms of guys that can replace his spot on the roster. And a lot of us agreed that it should be Donte. So, Oh, okay. So yes, sir. So everybody, and a lot of you guys are already in, still Knicks fans chat. We kind of got like the same chat. Definitely Still Knicks Fan Weekly will be going on tonight. And salute to the Sporting Page again. Sporting Page is definitely a New York City salute for him. He's incredible. Let me see. The whole point of moving Donte is McBride getting them shots. Facts. I agree with that. I think that's why Deuce. I think that's why Leon Rose was comfortable with moving Donte, and because you do got Deuce to end campaign, and I think campaign was always the insurance policy. Like somebody goes down, campaign goes in. So I agree with that. Let me see. You move McBride to the starter. Where do we turn for offense? I don't think McBride's going to be starting. I think McBride will be coming off the bench. Yeah, I just don't think it makes sense to add another guard to the lineup because you want to maintain your size. I know Josh Hart's only 6'4" too. That's why I wanted Precious to start. I'm not going to lie. But at the same time, I think Josh Hart right now, if he's the starter, I think he's going to be able to get it done. And I think they'll figure it out because, they all went to school together. That's one. So that's going to help too. But I think it's just going to take time. And like I said, I think that the first 10 games, he might be 500, might be 6-4. It's okay. It's just the start of the season. Hopefully, by game 11, Precious will be back. You get some more stability in the lineup. Maybe they'll bring somebody else in. I mean, who knows? In Leon Rose, we trust. You already know New York City salute. So, let's see what you guys talking about. Yeah, hopefully Knicks fans will appreciate Precious Achiuwa. Yeah, it's crazy that he doesn't get the love from more Knicks fans than he should because that brother, he came back. He wants to be a Knick. I mean, hey, might have. I'm not gonna say took less money, but he waited. I mean, clearly they had a game plan, and Precious delayed re-signing. I think that was all coordinated so they can make some of the moves that they made, and just if they couldn't do a certain deal trade, then they brought Precious in. I just think it was smart. Let's see, he has Pat Riley's draft pick, so I'm here about that grind. Okay, I'm riding with that. He's Pat Riley's draft pick. I'm riding with that. Start Cat at center. No, start Cat at the 4, Nick Shack says. We are a huge team with Hart and McBride leading the bench. I don't like I said, I don't like Cat at the 4. I feel like, Cat at the 4 is you're going to get the Minnesota Cat you've seen the last 2 years, where he's just going to be on a perimeter. He's going to be a jump shooter. I think when you put Cat at the 5, it makes him a better rebounder, one, because now if no one else is getting no offensive rebounds, typically that's the 5-man's job. So now he gets some offensive rebounds, opportunity to get, easy buckets or get and ones or get to the free throw line, right? Not too many fives. Matter of fact, I don't know any 5 that could guard him, especially if he's setting the screen and he's moving off the screen, diving and popping. I mean, he's very elusive. He also can take guys off the dribble. He's shown that, right, a little bit. Maybe Wemby's probably the only one that can, stay in front of him as far as 5s. I just think that the advantages that he has is going to be more devastating at the 5. You put him at the 4, and he's on the perimeter shooting threes. Is not the same look for me. But I get why you say you want him at the 4 because you feel like he's not tough enough to hold it down. Cat at the 5 on Minnesota was a lottery team without Butler and yeah, but now he has Brunson, Bridges, and OG. So him at the 5, he's going to have a lot more success. Definitely a lot more success. Oh yeah, Knicks 100. You said there's a lot of deep teams in the East. Um, we gonna see because every single team in the East, besides Boston, have glaring weaknesses. And maybe we could do a level-headed Knicks talk, just pointing out the weaknesses. Like I'm gonna tell you Milwaukee's weakness. Milwaukee's weakness is one perimeter defense. Now I do know they have the kid Taurine Prince, who is a solid defender from the Lakers, but he's the only perimeter defender that they have. Typically, especially when Chris Middleton comes back, they're going to go with the Gary Trent Jr., Dame Lillard, Chris Middleton. They're going to be food on defense. I'm putting whoever's guarding Brunson in crazy pick and roll with Towns. Good luck trying to defend that. Philadelphia, they don't have a power forward, and they got a whole bunch of small guards. I mean, I could go down a list. So when we say the East is deep, they're not perfect. Trust me. They're not. I can go down the line and point out the weaknesses. Coach says, Nick Shack, that was without time. Good point. And that was also without Jalen Brunson, OG, and Bridges. The Bucks got this big white guy He a problem? Oh, you saying for us? Oh, we put him in pick and roll. That's it. Put him in pick and roll. How are they going to guard Towns, right? And then how are they going to guard Mikal and OG? Well, you're gonna put Giannis on Towns. So then who's gonna guard OG and Mikal? That's a lot of back doors and all types of stuff. Whereas us defending Giannis, yes, he's a problem, but we got a guy named OG Anunoby that can guard all 5 positions, and Giannis plays from the top of the key. Giannis is not a post up low guy. Has he been doing it in preseason? I don't know. I haven't watched no Milwaukee Bucks preseason game. Let me see if there's anything else I want to touch on. Oh yeah, let's talk about Mikal Bridges' shot. This will be like one of the last topics. We wrap up. Let me see. Do I got it here? Knicks Mikal Bridges struggling to reclaim his Villanova shooting form. Now, I'm going to say this, y'all. Why are we concerned about his shooting form? Like, why is this even a story? It's preseason. Now, I tell you what, if it was regular season and the man shot 0 for 10 from three-point land, I would be concerned, right? If we played 5 games into the season and the man ain't knocked down but 2 threes out of 30, I would be concerned. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go to his basketball reference so we could actually look at, what he did. I went to the wrong guy. Who the hell is Ed McCann? Hold on, let me get this right. We're gonna look at his percentages, y'all. This is the man's career. He's a 48% shooter from the field, y'all. You see that? 37% from 3. What are we talking about? All right, as somebody that plays ball, every time I do one of my solo workouts, I be trying all types of stuff. I mean, all types of crossovers into a jump shot. That's not really my game. I'm not a shoot off the dribble type dude, right? I probably would never do that in the game. If I'm taking guys off the dribble, I'm trying to attack the basket. I'm more of a spot up shooter. I know my game, but if you play me 1-on-1, or if you watch me work out, I play way different in those games than I do the team game. Because when you 1-on-1, there's there's no Jalen Brunson. You got to go in and cook. So him shooting, working on changing his form up. What always happens is when you get into the game, you revert into the actual style of play that you always play. He will get back to this. This is solid career numbers. This is not a regular season number. This is what he's shooting for his career. In preseason, that's what you do. You try things out. Now, I know everybody's making a big deal because I'm pretty sure he made a comment and stuff. He said, every 6 years since I got in the league, I've been trying to fix it back when I was to how it was when it was in college. So it's been 7 years of just every day. You guys got to read in between the lines. He's been doing this for 7 years. He's doing this for 7 years while shooting this. That's incredible. If you can work on your shot for 7 years and you think it's bad, but you're shooting 48% from the field and 37% from 3. And it's not just 1 or 2 threes. He's getting them up. Look. 7 threes last year, 6.7 threes the year before that, about 5 threes, right? I'm sorry, I looked at that wrong. So it's 5 threes in 2023, his whole combined year, right? About 4 when he was in Phoenix. Remember, in Phoenix, he had a lesser role. So he's getting them up and he's still shooting 37%. I'm just saying this because everybody made a big deal. Oh my God, Mikel's shooting for him. He can't shoot. I talked to like 5 people about this. And they're part of the reason why I lost my voice too. It is preseason. I don't care about preseason stats. I don't care that he missed 10 threes. What I care about is this 48% from the field, 37% from three. He shot 37% from three, right? And he had 7 attempts. That means he's getting them shots up. It's not a big deal, y'all. He said it in the quote. This is a 7-year process. So, and I'm pretty sure you don't know what he shot last preseason. Because guess what? Yeah, I don't care about preseason stats. So why are we making this a big deal? Let me see if there's anything else I want to touch on. I'm gonna read your comments in the chat. We could talk about ESPN top 100. I kind of hinted towards Brunson, number 12 on the list. Okay, I mean to me it's fair. I have him higher, but it's not the end of the world. Some of the other guys was ranked on the list. Honestly, it is what it is. I don't really care about the ESPN top 100. I just want to win a championship, to be honest. And it's the regular season, so we don't care about the off season narratives right now. Right now, we got real basketball. Right, we got a game tomorrow. Right, like I said earlier, if you guys just joined, I will be doing the live play by play tomorrow. So watch the game with me. Anytime the game is on TNT, it's not on MSG. I will do a live play by play because I cannot listen to these guys talk about our Knicks. Now I know Charles Barkley's been saying some good things. Don't care. I'm gonna give you guys the real Nick experience that you deserve. I'm gonna have my keys to victories. I'm gonna have my stats. I'm gonna have my facts. I'm gonna have all of that stuff lined up for you guys. So be here tomorrow at 7:30. I wish I had my flyer, but I forgot to upload it. It's fine. Um, I think that's all the topics I want to talk about because we covered a lot. Let me see what you guys talking about in the chat. Let me see. Um, yeah, Nick Shack. Okay, so we talk about Minnesota. Last time Cat started at center, Minnesota was 28 in defending the rim. Just like us in preseason. Uh, Once again, preseason stats don't count. As far as Minnesota, he didn't have Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, and Josh Hart. He didn't have 2 All NBA defenders on the wing. He didn't have that. So I wouldn't read too much into it. If it is a concern, an adjustment can be made. I'm just telling you that Towns' impact will be felt better at the 4. If he goes to the 4 and he balls out, shame on me, I got it wrong. But at the same time, just based on the way the game is being played, if you go to Towns and you want to look at what he was able to do what he was able to do individually, it was better when he was a 5, right? Yes, Minnesota didn't have the success when he was most of those times when he was a 5, but at the same time, we need a guy that can put up 24 and 12, 25 and 12. Mitchell Robinson has never averaged 12 rebounds. Isaiah Hartenstein has never averaged 12 rebounds. The great Julius Randle has never averaged 12 rebounds. So if you want that production from Towns, he's better served at the 5, like he was the years that he was at the 5, right? The last 2 years, power forward. See that? More threes, right? Less rebounds because he's on the perimeter. He's just better at the 5. Now, what you would do, and this is what I kept saying too, put in Precious Achiuwa or get a 4 like a Isaiah Stewart 4 that can protect them. That's what you do. But I don't think it's smart to move him out the 5. Also, that 4 has to be able to stretch out the floor. Now, Precious is not a bona fide 3-point shooter, but he could knock down the shot, especially if he's open. See what you guys talking about. You see, my main concern with Cat at the 5 is small. I mean, we're not small if you put Precious Achiuwa at the 4. We're going to be very big. Oh, by the way, salute to Max here. I forgot about the membership perks. Um, Definitely take the opportunity to join the channel. We do have memberships. Salute to you, Maxine. I forgot to point this out. Um, we have 2 packages. We have the starter Knicks fans. We have the hardcore Knicks fan. Now, each one of these packages does give you access to our Knicks Tape Madness Discord server, where you could go in there, have conversations in real time with me, Coach, Sam, some of the other guys you see in the chat. J-Tap, how could I forget J-Tap? Um, so no matter which tier you get, you will get access to the Discord server. Also, you'll get the members only live chats that will be coming soon. Priority replies to comments because I do get a lot of comments, and I'll make sure my members, whatever you guys want to share, you guys get the priority voice heard. Photo status updates, member shout outs, and of course discounted merch. Discounted merch, and I'm gonna show you the merch store um, in a second that you get access to. Then we also got the hardcore package, which is more member only content, exclusive content. And of course, we got the parlay builder. This is the reason why you get the hardcore Nick fan package, is because I will be doing parlay builders, sports betting shows, making picks, making money together, and then connecting on social media and more. So definitely, these are the channel perks. And the discounted merch, you get them at both tiers. And I just announced earlier today we have the new Objective Knicks fan store. I'm happy about it. This is the first of the new design that we have here, and it's in tribute to our captain, Jalen Brunson, the all new, brand new Captain 11 merchandise line. I got mugs, we got hoodies, we got beanie hat, all the stuff for the fall to keep you warm. And we got a white version to it. And we also got another like beige like color. So definitely, and I'm gonna be dropping more. I do have another line going to be releasing as well, but definitely take advantage. Get you a mug, man. This mug is fire. I ordered my mug, and I ordered a couple of these hoodies. Hopefully, it'll be here shortly. And I will be wearing these in future shows, and I will be drinking from my mug. So go check it out. It's a brand new experience, brand new distributor. And so you can go check it out. Shop.theobjectiveknicksfan.com. And actually, you could get it from the main website that you see on here too, www.theobjectiveknicksfan.com. And you'll find your way here. I think that's all the topics, y'all. Let me see what you guys talking about. Most of the cat rebounds have been defensive. Exactly. That's the point. Isn't the defensive rebounding a part of defense, or did I miss out on that? Did I miss out on that? Salute to Maxine. Thank you for the compliments on the store. Try to put together some. I got a lot more ideas and things coming as well. Cat 711. Next biggest is OG. That's why you put Precious out there. You put Precious out there, then move OG to the 3, Mikal at the 2. I'm not an advocate for Josh Hart starting. I think Precious Achiuwa should have been the starter from jump. Nick Shack. That's my take. And you know what, guys? Thank you for rocking with me, man. That's all for this pod, yo. You guys have been brilliant. With everybody that came through, Knicks fans, Maxine, Knicks 100, Nick Shack. Hit him up. Who else came through? Coach, of course. The Discord family. J-Tap. How could we forget J-Tap? Sporting Page is a legend. New York City, salute to Sporting Page. Dolphosaurus Rex, salute to you. Sherwin, salute to you. Salute to everybody that came through and making this pod work. Sticking with me even though I lost my voice. Tomorrow it should be better. I'm going to drink some of that lemon tea that Coach was telling me about. I'm going to get my voice right. I'm going to relax. And we're going to be ready for it right here tomorrow, 7:30 or 7:15. I might start it up. And we're going to be watching this game together tomorrow, y'all. So that's all for this pod. And until next time, let's go.